Beats Planet.
Yo, what's crack-a-lacking, y'all? I can't hear me well in my headphones. Can y'all hear me, though? I can't hear me, but can y'all hear me? Hold up. We're going to hit that button there. We're going to do this there. We're going to do that there. We're going to push that button over there. All right, that's a little better. That's a little better sound-wise. What's crack-a-lacking, y'all? Let's see who's up. Steven Benzick just off the rip, dropping dubs in the super chat, just off the rip. I would love to talk about the Bears, Steven Benz, but y'all ain't got no damn picks on. Boy, y'all ain't got no damn, I ain't got no picks. You know what I mean? So this what we're gonna do today, y'all. This what we're gonna do today. Let me set the table. Actually, give me 30 seconds before I set this damn table. Hola. I said 30 seconds, not 30 minutes. All right, cool. So this is what we're gonna do today. So a lot of draft stuff has been going on lately as of today. We got some measurements, some combine stuff going on. So we'll probably touch on that a little bit just to kind of graze over it. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of just run past it one time, just to say that we said it. I'm more so field drills guy. I'm more so see how these guys move. But we do have important questions about a lot of measurements here. So we'll cross that road at some point. Plus, I studied a gang of wide receivers. And I purposely Steven Benzick with another dub in the Super. What are you doing? What are you doing, Steven? Another? Come on, Steven Benzick. He said I ain't got to pick to the third. We're gonna find a player for you in the third round, Steven Benzick. What position y'all need, fam? What position the Bears need in the third round? I'll give you a player. I'll give you 3. Setting the table. I've been studying a gang of wide receivers, like 20 of them. I'll present to you my list. Hang tight. Of the wide receivers I have studied. N'Keal Harry, Hakeem Butler, DK Metcalf, Marquise Hollywood Brown, A.J. Brown, Riley Ridley, Kelvin Harmon, Paris Campbell, Mecole Hardman, Debo Samuel, Dylan Mitchell. Gotta get to him. Darius Seals, Jacoby Myers, Preston Williams. Gotta get to him. Penny Hart, Andy Isabella, JJ Arcega Whiteside, who I like a bunch. Lil Jordan Humphrey, that they keep calling him LJ Humphrey, but I'm not falling for that. I'm calling him Lil Jordan Humphrey. Boy, it's a lot of receivers in this draft that can play. And if y'all want to touch on that, then we'll kind of sort of, cross that road, if you will. But it's plenty of receivers in this draft, and I didn't recognize it until I just kept watching. And I'm down to like the 15th or so guy, and it's still guys that I like. Or we'll get to the 20th guy, and it's still guys that I like. So it's going to be interesting watching the combine tomorrow to see how, like Saturday or whatever, seeing the field drill Saturday to really see how everybody runs out there. That's fun. And for the Dallas Cowboy communion, for those constituents that's in my chat. Boy, Steven Benzick Boy, Steven Benzick he's one of the GOATs, man. Come on, man. What are we gonna do about Steven, man? What are we gonna do about Steve? I mean, you look, man. Steven get his perks. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like I'm. You know what I'm saying? Steven get his perks. But come on, what is Steven? Y'all need to follow the example that he's setting for you. No, I'm playing, man. Steven, I appreciate it, man. On everything. Do it because I love you, bro. Also, we could use a safety or a nickel slot corner. Let me check my list for nickel slot corners. Let me check my list. You would pick the one of two positions that I ain't got much on. Let's see. Corey Ballantyne for Washburn. There you go. Senior Bowl dude, physical, can run, length. He probably ain't gonna tackle too many people. You know what I'm saying? Great man guy. Probably needs some work in the zone. There you go. Stephen Benzie from Washburn. He's a Chicago Bear. Light him up. Appreciate it, Stephen Benzie. You already know, man. And for my Cowboy constituents, for those that's in the chat box of the Dallas Cowboy persuasion, I'm trying to get a roundtable going tonight, man. I'm trying to get in contact with Law Foots and Okoye to see if we can get a roundtable going tonight. Just kind of touch on the Dallas Cowboys topics. But this is going to be the all draft show. But after I end this and cut a new stream back on, we'll do Dallas Cowboys. But right now, we're doing all draft. All right. So don't ask me Cowboys question now because we're doing draft now. If you want to call into the show, the number is 515-739-1285. It's on the screen. It's in the description. You can be sure to hey man, if you got any thoughts about anything that we're touching on tonight, man, measurables, combine takeaways, Kyler Murray's height, or some receivers that you like or whatever. Steven Pence is smoking the shit out y'all. Oh, Steven Pence is smoking the shit. Edgar says Steven Pence is making us look bad. Love your show, man. Go Raiders. Salute to you, Edgar. Also, salute to you, Steve. Said he gonna make it a smooth 100. Yeah, man, see, gangsters built different, man. See, gangsters don't die. They get chubby and move to Miami. You know what I'm saying? Can't even do a show up in here without my people showing love. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's get to work though. Let's do what y'all came here for. So the combine was today. It's gonna be a bunch of days, but they got a lot of important stuff. I would say they got to the important stuff. I want to let you know something about the draft Illuminati, man. You ain't gonna tell me somebody didn't make Kyler Murray drink 3 gallons of water and not go pee before he got on that damn scale. You're not gonna tell me they didn't give Kyler Murray the thickest socks they can find for him to kind of bump him up a couple of you know what I'm saying, millimeters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, ain't finna sit up here and tell me that it wasn't some behind the scenes work done with your boy Kyler Murray. I think he officially. Let me pull all this stuff up, man, because I want to be precise. I want to be precise when I say this. I'm gonna go to my man's Dane Brugler's Twitter. I saw a lot of his stuff on his Twitter today. So Kyler Murray, and it's crazy because like Twitter celebrated 207, whatever it was. They celebrated 5'10", 207. And don't get me wrong. Let me just say this just kind of like off the rip. You know what I mean? Let me just say this. I know it's a lot of traditional minded scouts that won't give Kyler Murray a shot because he's so little bitty. Let me text Law Nation. Cool. I know there are plenty traditional minded scouts, old heads, right? They won't give Kyler Murray a shot because he's so little bitty. You know, but I don't want us as the underground community to get so caught up in Kyler Murray being little bitty. Sure, little bitty quarterbacks may not work, but 6'5" quarterbacks may not work neither. You know what I'm saying? It just all depends on the intangibles. It depends on coming to work every day. Can he lead? Will he learn that damn playbook? When he gets hit in the mouth like he did versus Alabama, will he get up and put some points on the board versus the best defense in the country or whatever, right? It's a very intangible field position. So can somebody that's 5'10", can they do it? Can they make it? Can he push that team over the edge? Sure. He can. But he 5'10". He 5'10", 206. How many people in the chat box right now taller than 5'10" and weigh more than 206? Like, that's little bitty in the National Football League. And I know he had the best offensive line in Oklahoma, 5 pro offensive linemen on that line. Sure. But fam, he may not get sacked. Depend on where he goes, right? Because if he doesn't get sacked, he's going to get hit a lot. Or God forbid he goes to a bad line and he gets hit a lot. That's the questions you got to have. We're not saying that because Kyler Murray is a little bitty, he can't throw the football. But there's a longevity question that kind of pops up in your mind. You know what I mean? There's a toughness question that kind of sits in your mind. But can Kyler Murray win ball games? Sure. Can Kyler Murray be quarterback one? He can. Is he quarterback one on my board? Well, you'll have to wait for that video for me to tell you. I haven't made my mind up yet. But I do think a 5'10" quarterback can win in this league. How long can they win, though? Because when you watch him throw, the kid can throw. Kyler Murray can throw. He can whip it. Talk about some arm talent. This little ass got some arm talent. It's about him getting hit and getting back up. That's more important. Also, something that flat smooth pissed me off today about Kyler Murray is that we got the report that he's not going to participate in nobody drills, and that pissed me all the way off because we already got questions about do you love football, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, if you want to ease our mind and you want to make you some money, you step up in here and you throw better than everybody. You run better than everybody. You go out there. You measure. Yes, bitch. I'm 5 1/8. Watch this though. You know what I'm saying? That's the attitude that we like. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I'm 206. That's because I drunk a lot of water. I'm really 180. Watch this though. You know what I'm saying? Kyler Murray weighed in 206 today, but in real life, he's about 189, 185, 190 in real life. They did their best to bulk him up prior to getting on that scale. He's not going to get on another scale another day in his life, man. But 5'10" looked better than 5'9", and 206 looked better than 180. You know what I mean? So I'll give y'all that. I will give y'all that. I don't even know what else to say about Kyler Murray, man. I don't know what to say about. I don't know, man. I would love to see him throw, but they said he's gonna throw at his pro day, and that kind of makes me. It makes me sick, man. It makes me sad, but F it, man. That's the game that we in, bro. If y'all want to call in and give y'all thoughts about Kyler Murray, bro, the number is 515-739-1285. Access code 309-104. That's just my quick preliminary thoughts. It makes me mad, bro, but I can't wait for the rest of the combine. Now, look, if you want to make the combine a little more, Voch friendly, then we need to have a nasty ass like one-on-one segment. You know what I mean? Let the wide receivers go against the DBs. Let the O-line go against the D-line. And I know a lot of people ain't trying to, they ain't trying to risk the injury. They ain't trying to, But I got questions, man. I want to know what Hakeem Butler can do against Greedy Williams, I got questions. I want to see Quentin Williams versus Cody Ford in a one-on-one scenario. I want to see. You know what I'm saying? I got questions, man. I got questions, and I don't think Combine can answer all the questions. If you put T.J. Hockenson in a damn blocking drill, good luck to him. Good luck to the other guy, right? But we can watch film and know T.J. Hockenson is a ravenous blocker. But there's certain one-on-one scenarios that I would like to see that ain't got nothing to do with football stuff like Noah Fant versus Nazir Adderley. Show me that. Show me that. But the Combine ain't trying to make no money though, man. Combine don't want to make no money, bro. It is what it is on that. Um, did I have to get into any O-line measurements or anything like that? I just saw the O-line was bench pressing and people was hitting me up about Garrett Bradbury and bench pressing 35 reps. It was like, yo, Voch, if Garrett Bradbury got such a strength problem, why is he bench pressing 225 35 times? Well, Garrett Bradbury in his own right can bench press all he want, but bench press don't do it. I went to high school with guys that could bench press 300, 400 pounds, but 400 is stretching, but 300 pounds. But it's a lot that goes into being a football player, man. And I ain't saying Garrett Bradbury's trash because I love Garrett Bradbury. If you watch my film session, you go watch Dan's film session. We love Garrett Bradbury. But if you isolate him, there could be an issue with his strength. If the strength issue didn't exist, he'll probably be a locked top 15 guy. Right? So you can go and bench 35 times all you want on bench press. The scout's going to look at the film and go, Then we're going to look at the combine and go, yeah. So maybe he's lacking in core strength. Maybe he's lacking in that lower body strength or whatever, where he really doesn't get a good push on those guys. But he got a good pop with his hands, so that makes sense. I've seen him like deliver blows, hit guys, and then try to move people and they don't move. So, so that's your answer. I don't know. That's your answer. At 19, I bench pressed 450, no lie, and I wasn't good at offensive line. It happens, Steven. Why you go power lift or something? you 19 lifting 450, benching 450. Go power lift in college or something. Get you a little old Scotty. I sounded country for a second. Let's get into these wide receivers, man, because there's plenty of them. Earlier, I named off the guys that I was looking at. I named at least 20 or so guys. I'm probably going to do a ranking video. Let me finish, though. Let me finish. Let me watch 5 more guys, then I'll make a ranking video. This is probably going to be my only top 20 video because there's so many guys that can play. The guys I haven't watched thoroughly: Anthony Johnson, Buffalo; Darius Slayton, Auburn; Greg Jennings, West Virginia; Miles Boykin from Notre Dame; Tyree Brady from Marshall. I watched Jalen Smith from Louisville; Terry McLaurin I watched him too; and Greg Dortch from Wake Forest. I haven't watched those guys. Everybody else. This was going to be so wild about a receiver. And I'm ready for this conversation right now. I'm going to rank somebody's favorite guy outside of the top 10 and somebody not going to like it. And they're going to be great in the National Football League, and they're going to come back to my channel and be like, yo, Voch, remember when such and such wasn't in your top 10? Look at them now. Well, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to be friends with y'all. I'm friends with some of y'all. Not all of y'all, right? But you may love a guy let me just scroll down this, like Paris Campbell, Percy Harvin looking ass. Urban Meyer's his coach makes all the sense in the world, right? You look at a guy like Paris Campbell, he may be 10 on your list. That don't mean he trash. He just may be 10 on your list. Well, Voch, is there 9 guys better than him? Sure. Sure. It just depends, right? I'm ready for Preston Williams, right? Wide receiver, Colorado State. Combine snub because he may be gun under the seat guy. So, they trying to clear themselves of all, PR issues or whatever. Preston Smith could be top 10 to somebody else, but top 20 to another person. And this one made me think about it. Shouts out to Coach Evans. He's in my chat box now. Sip the Tally Podcast. That's his YouTube as well. You can go check his top 9 and 9. He ranked his 9 wide receivers, right? And I was looking at Coach Evans' top 9, and I was like, Damn, coach, you like physical receivers, huh? And it makes sense. Like he's always liked his physical receivers, his blockers, his guys that he can, that they can jump over and snag on people. The yak guys. Coach Evans likes to go weight room. You know what I'm saying? He loves to say that. I've been seeing him say that his whole life. Weight room. Coach love that. You know what I'm saying? So when I looked at his list, it was a lot of guys that can block, a lot of yak guys. Guys that catch the ball contested, you know what I mean? A lot of those guys, right? Voch like nuanced route runners. You know what I mean? Voch like nuanced route runners, yak guy, deceptive speed guy, right? So I look at a player like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside from Stanford and go, damn, this dude catches everything. This dude, goddamn, run all the routes. This dude leaving people. He look like Julian Edelman right now. You know what I'm saying? I may value J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. He needs a shorter name. J.J. Arcega, J-side, whatever. J.J., right? I may love J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, but he ain't on Coach Evans' top 9. Not saying that J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is trash and not saying Coach Evans don't like him. Everybody's going to have a different ranking depending on what you like in your wide receivers. It's even like that when I rank edge guys, right? When I'm looking at edge guys, I like quick, twitchy guys. I like technique guys. I like guys great with their hands. You know what I'm saying? I like guys with a lot of bend. So if you a Cleveland Farrell fan, it may sound like I'm hating on Cleveland Farrell. You just like base defensive ends better than me. You know what I mean? So on this show, on this particular live stream, I'm not here to give my rankings away. I'm not here to tell you, who my top 20 or so is going to be. But what I do want to do is damn, I'm up here. Damn, my bad, y'all. I ain't even set the phones up. I ain't even set the phone. I'm trying to figure out why the hell my phone ain't been ringing. I ain't even set the phone. My bad, y'all. Let me set the phone up. Let me set the phone. I apologize. Anyway, but yeah, that's my whole thing though. That's my whole thing. Find whatever traits you like. Ignore everybody else. Ignore everybody else's list. Come up with your own list. You rank those guys. Then after that, then you go check everybody's list, and you'll kind of, play the role from there. I would love to, have some little round table where it's me and 5 other guys, and we come up with like a consensus ranking. But it takes a long time. It's a lot of work, and views, man. Views. Boy, it's a lot of people on this goddamn phone. My bad. I let y'all down. Giraffe Dick on the phone. What's up, man? We got a caller I ain't never seen before. Oh, man. What's up, man? Okay, cool. Here we go. Sports Fan Entertainment Daniel, who ain't called us in a long ass time. What's up, bro?
It has been a while. What's up, Voch?
Shit, yeah, man. Doski Woski, man. Coolin'. What you got?
Want to talk about 2 receivers, one that you watched and one that you haven't. Which one do you want to start with?
I've watched a lot of receivers, but go ahead, man. Hit me with your best shot. Let's see what you got.
Well, you said, I know he's on your list, so, I won't give you trash on him, but Greg Dortch, he's
cool.
fun.
Tell me about
He's
him.
a lot of fun.
Tell me about him.
He's got some nice routes, and his biggest trait is speed and yak. He reminds me a little bit of some Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
And little quirk from today on him is that I think his left hand is an inch longer than his right hand, which is a little bit weird.
That's weird.
Other than that, nice guy.
Okay. Greg Dortch from Wake Forest. I'll be looking him up. He's already in my list of guys to watch or whatever. I just haven't gotten to him yet. But go ahead. Who have I seen? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. One more note on Dortch. I don't know if this will be in the film that you watch, but he is a very valuable special team player. He had one game where he had 2 punt return touchdowns. So,
okay,
very valuable.
Okay, sounds fun.
Guy you have watched is N'Keal Harry, and in terms of his catching ability, he reminds me a little bit of a bigger Nuke.
Hopkins.
Yeah.
I don't think Harry can run like Hopkins. Like Hopkins can.
No, I agree. But
Okay,
in terms
okay.
of like he will catch anything that you throw in his area.
Okay, sure. Okay, cool. Okay, got you.
And I mean that's a trait for you. That's a hell of a trait.
Sure. As far as like catch radius and hands and all that, I'm with it. Competitive cat, I like that. I want to see him kind of, develop as a route runner, but we kind of get that with the with the territory of these bigger guys. These bigger, longer, lankier guys. We just wish that they run routes a little better. It just kind of come with the territory of that. And I think his 40 matters. I think he might be like a 4.6 guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But 4.6.
Yeah, he's one of the big guys I'm watching for the 40, along with Hakeem Butler.
Sure.
But talking about the big guy route running, that's why I was so high on Corey Davis, and I'm really disappointed with that he hasn't really been able to break out yet.
I think it's something wrong in Tennessee, man. I still love Corey Davis. I got hope for him. I need to see him out of Tennessee so he can go somewhere that's great for him, so he can emerge and I can be right about him. I love Corey Davis.
Their offensive scheming is very questionable in the passing game.
Let me pick your brain a little bit. What do you tell me about AJ Brown? Just talk to me about AJ Brown because he's one of the guys that I'm mostly conflicted with. But just give me some thoughts about him.
I mean, I feel like having him on the field with a DK Metcalf helped them a lot.
Sure.
But, he can be a nice guy from the slot. I haven't watched as much on him as I have on other guys, so I'm not going to go into too deep on him. But I feel like, definitely having a guy around him who can take some attention away from him would be useful.
Okay. I feel you. What else you got?
That's about it, I think.
All right, man. We this is draft season, so when I do these goofy ass live streams, feel free to check in, man. Say what's up or something. You ain't gotta just be a stranger like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be around, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you have to say about Greg Dortch, or maybe I won't see, because if you don't do a film session and he's not in your top 20, then who knows? But
fair enough. Appreciate it, Dan. Sports fan entertainment, Daniel. Because I got 5 Dans that call my show. 860, who this?
Yo, this is Andrew.
What's up, Andrew? What you got for the show?
So I'm a Bucks fan, and I'm just wondering who you think we should pick at number 5.
Boy, I tell you, five is strange, man, because that's right when all the great guys that I love just run out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then you forced to deal with the next tier of players, so to speak, or whatever. So, what I've been talking myself into is that if Quentin is gone and if Josh is gone and if Nick is gone, depending on what happens with quarterbacks or whatever, hey man, Cody Ford, bro. Cody Ford is my tackle number 1. If you need him at guard, plug him in at guard. A lot of people maybe not, they wouldn't want to, use a top 5 pick on a guard, but solidify your damn offensive line and your whole team looks better. Shouts out to the Colts. I've been saying this for years. So I think that highly of him, that I would, draft him at 5. That's just my opinion. And the Bucks need some, some line help. And if he's gonna be your guy, you know what I'm saying, fix the house for him. Fix the house for him. So get my man Ronald Jones going. For whatever reason, he wasn't even playing last year. Build your offensive line, get him going, and get Jameis throwing less interceptions.
Yeah, it's a big issue. But, I like that pick because we for sure need some guard help. I think maybe tackle help too, but
sure.
What was I going to say? We need some secondary help too. Who do you think we should pick if we were to pick a corner, though? Because we're moving some guys to safety who provide some depth at corner. So maybe in like the 2nd or 3rd round. Who do you think we should get there?
In the 2nd round?
Yeah.
It just depends on who's there in the 2nd round. That's my whole thing. I have no idea, and especially in this class that's weird, confusing, it's trash, it's bunched up, it's bungled up. I don't know what's going to happen between pick 9 and pick 67. It's all confusing, right? Somebody loves Ja'Kai Polite as like a mid, you know what I'm saying, like a teen drafted type player, right? Like in the 15, 17.
Yeah.
Somebody loves Ja'Kai Polite there. Ja'Kai Polite at 15 will make my ass itch, and I hate it. I hate that pick. Somebody want to pick DK Metcalf like 8th. It'll make my ass itch picking DK Metcalf at 8. TJ Hawkinson. Somebody say he might fall to the late 20s. Boy, I'd be pissed off at everybody passing up TJ Hawkinson. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have an answer for you. I'll have to see how the draft plays out. But if you at 5, I mean, just get the best player there. And I think Cody Ford is better than Greedy Williams or something. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, appreciate it, Andrew. Thanks for the call, man.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Oh man, I thought Andrew was gonna ask how the family was doing. In real life, though, let me just set this straight. I said Cody Ford for the who you said his team was? Buccaneers. I said Cody Ford for him. In real life, I want Cody Ford to rob a bank and pick up a weed habit and punch Roger Goodell in the face. He could fall to 58. Boy, that's what I want in real life. Boy, see y'all ain't ambitious enough. Y'all ain't creative enough. Brandon, turn your motorcycle down, man. What the hell going on, man?
I build fast muscle cars in my spare time, Boch. How you doing, man?
Oh, chilling, man. Everything's everything. Doski, Woski, brother. What you got for the show?
Man, Boch, I'm gonna toot my own horn right quick, and then I've got a rhetorical question for you.
Let's run it.
Man, it feels great to be right, man.
Okay.
I remember weeks ago, I asked you your opinion on Greg Dortch.
Okay.
He graduated high school with my younger brother.
Okay.
Weeks ago, I asked you your opinion about it. Weeks ago, I argued with Brian Broaddus on Talking Cowboys about it.
Sure.
And now, those same people, other people calling into you saying, oh, he's going to be great.
Sure.
Now Brian Broaddus is saying, oh, we need to keep an eye on him. So it feels great to be right. It feels great to be a clairvoyant, Boch.
I tell you what, I wouldn't call it right or clairvoyant. What I would call it is first. Salute to you for being first, fam. Congratulations. I don't really like being first. I tell people all the time, look, when you first asked me what I say, I don't know. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen, I'm not one of these media cats that, Greg Dortch. Yes, he's the big receiver from. I'm not gonna lie to y'all and look stupid like Stephen A. Smith. Hell wrong with y'all. If I don't know, I don't know. But when I do my research, then we can come together. We can have a conversation about Greg Dortch. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. How about this?
What's
I'll
up?
give you one a year in advance then. Mekhi Becton.
Who?
This cat has been big since he was 8 years old.
Who?
Look him up now, and you can go ahead and start next year's draft in advance.
I'm not doing that because there's too many names in this draft. Hell wrong with you? I ain't even been on vacation yet. No, sir.
All right, but I'm going to give you your rhetorical question now then.
Okay.
What is the greatest thing any parent could want? To see their kids come together.
Okay.
With the Cowboys getting Jason Witten back, that eliminates their need for the tight end. You might get to see your two kids come to Dallas. You might get to see Lindstrom and Collier come in the second and the third.
Chris Lindstrom and LJ Collier better not end up on my damn team together.
Hey,
They better not end up on my goddamn team.
You're going to get to be the proud parent, but
They better not end up on my goddamn team. I'll tell you that right now. I'm changing teams. If both my sons end up on my team, I'm rooting for the Jags or something. Because I got, Lord. LJ Collier and Chris Lindstrom better not be on the Cowboys.
Why is that?
Man, because I'd be too elated, man. You calling my show talking about patting yourself on the back. I want all the pats if LJ Collier and Chris Lindstrom end up on my goddamn team. Oh, please.
Hey, man.
Oh,
you just get to be a proud parent and watch the fruits of your labor and see your son succeed, man.
ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I die a happy man if both my kids can come together with a star in their helmet. Whew. And play with my other sons from last year because I get people pregnant, you know what I'm saying, twice a year. With my other sons, Michael and Connor. Oh, boy, they'll just get along just fine.
Oh, man. Hey, you know how some people say they want to have a football team?
Facts. Facts, believe that. What else you got?
Oh man, I only want to know, what do you think Dallas is gonna do about the backup running back situation? Do you think that they are gonna try to do like Denver did with Philip Lindsay? Go extremely late in the draft or work with an undrafted guy, or do you think they're gonna go like fourth round or middle of the draft? What do you think about that?
I mean, it's plenty guys, man. It's plenty running backs. I think
I'm a fan of getting super late in the draft or undrafted, but I don't work for the Panthers.
There's probably gonna be a guy like in the fifth, sixth round that's gonna be, you know, that's gonna be a damn good option. People, and sometimes Cowboys fans, we hear names and we kind of get attached to them. I want to really get Cowboys fans to think outside the box when it comes to these draft picks. So we'll hear one of our guys, one of our pundits say, Tony Pollard from Memphis. Okay, cool. I like Tony Pollard, but it's 1,000 other running backs that could do stuff just like that. And I don't necessarily want us to get caught up in just one name. Alex Barnes, L.J. Scott, Jordan, Florida, Jordan Scarlett, right? It's Higdon, Justice Hill from Oklahoma State. It's plenty guys that can do what we're looking for. And for Cowboys fans, for us to not have a first round pick, you should be, researching a little bit more. So when you see these fourth, fifth round guys, you're like, oh, I recognize them, and you feel good about the pick. That's what makes drafts so dope.
Okay. Oh, and last but not least, we're Witten back. Is Rico off the bridge?
I don't know, man, and I kind of been up and down. I'm actually save that topic because I'm actually putting together a Dallas Cowboy roundtable tonight. I'm actually contacting Law Nation and Foots and Okoye right now, so we'll answer that question later. Appreciate it, Brandon. Thanks for calling in, sir.
My man.
By the way, Brandon. By the way, you were right. You were right. Get off the phone, man. Boy, Brandon say, "Hey, y'all gonna pat me on the back for this one now." Brandon say, "Get ready now, y'all gonna pat me on the back." I told y'all about Greg Dortch. Shouts out to him, man. Shouts out to my guy Brandon. Let's get back into it though. DP, what's cracking, man?
Man, how you feeling out there, Voch?
It's a beautiful draft night, sir.
Man, I wish I got a chance to see it, man. I say, well, my job, man, I'm constantly grinding, man. I catch everything on the late side. So
that's why we're here.
But
go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. But I clicked into you, and I know the one dude that you didn't say that you didn't know and didn't really watch too much film. Want to give you a little bit on him, Tyree Brady.
Okay.
For Marshall.
Sure.
The cool thing happened to be is my wife, her little brother Artie Henry. He's on Marshall, so we're gonna be talking about him next year when he come out.
Okay.
He's a bit of a burner from down here in Sarasota.
Gotcha.
But Tyree's, he's like about a 6'2". He's a physical receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, your coach will like, Coach Evans will like him. He's physical, but he runs routes well. Honestly, what he reminds me of is a little bit a faster Steve Israel. Remember Steve Israel from last year from Syracuse?
Yeah.
The dude just caught everything. He wasn't a burner. He didn't run away from nobody, but man, the ball went his way. He just out-muscled them. He didn't even look big. He just out-muscled corners for, the ball. So Tyree Brady, when you look at his tape, when you do get a chance to look at his tape, you're going to see he's physical. When the ball comes his way, he's going to fight for it. And, he's definitely got the jets and some wiggle to him that he's going to take off on you. So, he's going to be – me personally, and talking with Voch's little brother, they're hoping he goes third or fourth round. I probably think he's more of a fourth to fifth, just because I didn't get a chance to see no combine numbers at all. I'm literally just getting home from work right now,
Gotcha.
So I haven't really got a chance to see any of the wide receiver 40 numbers, if they ran today or not. But he's going to be one where his tape's going to show a guy that's is a really good 50-50 guy.
We'll see. He's definitely absolutely on my list. What else, DP? You don't just call in unless you got like 12 points, DP. Hit me with the points, man. What else you got? I know you got plenty over there.
And I don't know. Hey, honestly, the first point that blew me, because obviously I do listen to a little bit, with Jason Witten coming back, which I'm not a fan of. I'll be real with you. I'm not a fan of, because
me neither.
You're going to stunt growth. you're going to stunt growth.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking to see the growth in Jarwin. You're looking to see the growth in Schultz. You know, that's going to be halted. Man, hey, we got Witten. It's kind of like LeBron coming to the Lakers. Okay, all the young dudes, okay, stop. We got to win now. We got the old dude back. We got to win. He's on win now mode. And I don't think that Witten's going to – I mean, Witten's probably going to be on the snap count. I mean, a year off from football, and listen, one that shocked the hell out of me. You 26 years old. Holy crap. Do you know what kind of a ball I was at 26? Holy – I'm going to leave that alone. I'm in my 40s now.
He was already slow last year. You know what I'm saying? Like he was already slow when he was in his full playing shape. He was slow and couldn't get us yak. You know what I mean? So I would rather keep Jarwin out there though, man. Jarwin and Schultz. There are young guys, and it take time for young tight ends to get to fully develop or whatnot. You know what I mean? And I ain't just trying to push Jason Witten in the fold off of old bodies. Like he's living off the name Jason Witten. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
right, and that's what he's done literally the last 2 or 3 years. Again, we love him because one, his hands are super reliable.
Sure.
You know, he finds those nuances to get open. And it's really like he's super open. He's really good about sitting down in the zone. Like most young cats want to run through the zone. I want to run. No, he understands I'm going to find my little spot. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to make my hands available. Quarterback's going to hit me. And that's why he was great for Tony. And that's why, honestly, he was great for Dak. He just made his hands available. He's not trying to run through a zone. Where I watched Jarwin a couple times, I said, okay, he got better late because he started to do the same things a little bit. So to sit down more. I remember that game. I forgot the game. But he had split, he caught a ball splitting the defenders and, ran it for a touchdown. I'm like, he did the perfect thing. He sat down, he let the ball get to his hands, and then literally, by the time the defenders converged, he was able to split and take off. He didn't try to run through the zone. Those little nuances he caught on a lot faster, hell, a whole lot faster than Rico. And I forgot who I was fighting on one of these YouTubes with. I told him Rico is the most athletic weapon we have. It's just the truth. He is.
Sure.
Now, I'm telling about his ability. I'm not telling that he's the best receiver we have.
Sure.
But being his size, his weight, the way he's able to maneuver his body, there's times where he actually shook people open. And, obviously, TV keeps on rewinded when Dak misses a throw. Man, he shook some guys, he shook a couple of safeties open. He's wide open. I'm like, Dak, look at the dude. He has ability. I hope we don't get rid of Rico. I do. I think that if we get rid of Rico, I promise you, it'll be something that the Saints will pick up. Sean Payton will pick him up.
Yeah.
And next year, Rico catches 700 yards.
Yeah, won't want
and
that.
Dallas Cowboys fans are like, where the hell was that? Yeah, just like what happened with Bennett when he left.
I will say that hopefully Kellen Moore can kind of do something to figure this out. And I was thinking about this too because I try to look at both sides of every coin. If Kellen Moore could maybe do some of that 2 tight end Boise stuff, you know what I mean, to where they can have Witten and Jarwin and play like high guy low guy with them. You're a ball guy, you know what I mean by that. So right. So if they want to play vertical with Jarwin and play safety with Witten, then that kind of makes sense. I just don't want it to be 11 personnel and Witten out there and that's it. That's what I don't want. That'll hurt my heart.
Yeah, and my last point really, I got to go, man. I got to eat, man. Brother got to eat right now. But I know everybody's talking about backup running back. Man, this year, and the one thing I look at, and you're in, you getting into the media thing, and hey, man, proud of you no matter what, man. The brother always proud of you.
Absolutely.
You hear you hear the names early. You know what I'm saying? If you're not hearing running backs being talked about early in the draft, man, they're gonna drop like a tombstone. I don't hear not one running back that's really grabbing people and saying, man, this dude is, he's a franchise kind of back. So I think, honestly, we can get a absolute stud back, probably 5th or 6th round, and a good change of pace. And the name I want to look for, he fell off the map because he's a little bit on the smallish side. But speed-wise, man, the dude's electric. It's Bryce Love. Okay. He's from every draft analyst, every draft simulator I've seen, this dude is a 6th rounder, 5th or 6th rounder. And you both know last year, man, he was damn near almost a Heisman Trophy winner because he was running behind the same kind of line, the same kind of scheme that the Cowboys run with the 2 tight or 1 tight downhill running. I think honestly, him and Karan Hignan, which Karan's a local kid from this area here, know his family very well. I know the kid very well. He's a hard worker. Those two, I would love to be Zeke's backup. They'll be the perfect complement to a Zeke Elliott.
Bryce Love is interesting, man. Bryce Love is interesting, and like I said, man, I love to play both sides of the coin, man, because Todd Gurley got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Just like this, but Todd was a different kind of elite. Todd got hurt, came back, bounced back just fine. But I also want to think about, and this is mostly a draft crowd or whatever. Y'all remember how good Nick Chubb was prior to him getting hurt? Like Nick Chubb is fantastic now. But pre-injury Nick Chubb was probably gonna be talked about in that Zeke, Saquon, Todd Gurley conversation prior to getting hurt.
Remember he made Sony Michel sit down. Remember Sony Michel was his backup, and Sony was getting no love.
Sony
Nick
couldn't
was
see the
getting all
field.
carries.
Sony couldn't see the field messing with Nick. So when we looking at Bryce Love, I want us to have both sides of the coin just in our brain. Like I would love to get a top talent running back for a steal. I would love to do that. We just gotta, know both sides of the coin before we walk into it, though.
I just don't see that do this year. You're going to get some good backs, but just like I said, there's not that Zeke Elliott, Todd Gurley, Leonard Fournette. The running back class is not being shined that way this year. It's a lot of good backs. Everybody's saying there's a lot of good backs. Oh, the Brian Broaddus, a couple of guys on what was it, Get Up NFL, whatever that damn show is.
Yeah,
everybody's saying these are a lot of good backs. Nobody's really shining on the back. So I think we're going to get like Rodney Anderson from Oklahoma, who I don't know why he came out. He came out, next year, but he decided to come out. He's a very good back, big, 6'1", 225. I don't know what he's going to run, but he's an injury bug guy. Honestly, Zeke just needs a guy who could come in, spell him. Mm-hmm. And honestly, hey, as a ball player, and you know this, man, I look at a running back especially the way Zeke is being touted, and this is just the Cowboys' way of life. You're going to get a crap load of carries. Man, you're going to get carries out of your mind. So that means your longevity is not going to be very long. Sure. So, that's where they're even holding a little bit on Zeke's money, because I honestly think Zeke is, this year, we got to get him another back to split those carries, because we will see. We already started to see it a little bit last year, but we will see Zeke Elliott start to get dinged up and possibly start to miss games. So a good change of pace guy, a good guy that can take 10, probably 12 carries from him. Keep him around the 18 to 20 carries, and preferably, give him like 5 to 10 touches out the backfield as a receiver. You can keep Zeke healthy. But if you're trying to do the same thing, trying to horse ride this dude 25, 30 carries, man, Zeke ain't making it 2 more years, man. He's not doing it.
Yeah, that's fair enough, man. DP, appreciate you, man.
Hey, you too, man, brother. All right, man, have a good one.
Yes, sir. Feast after work, my good sir. Good call from DP, man. Steven Benzik dropped another dime. He says, do you think Love would fit good in Chicago with Tariq? Man, you dropped $110 in my super chat, so hell yeah, he'll fit in Chicago. Hell yeah, Bryce Love. Poor Bryce Love fit perfectly in Chicago. I love Bryce Love for the Bears. Steven Benzik dropped $100 in my $110 in my super chat. Hell yeah, I like him for the Bears. Hell yeah. Hey, look, somebody else asked me, anybody else in the chat box asked me, Voch, do you think Bryce Love would be a good player for my team, like whatever other team? Somebody asked me that. Somebody in the chat box asked me, do I think Bryce Love would be a good fit for your team? Because I know he's a great fit for the Chicago Bears, because Steven Benson dropped $110 in my super chat. Oh boy, I'm stupid as hell. That means Howard gets pushed off the bridge. Hey man, Benny Cunningham was out here getting numbers. Benny Cunningham was getting PT and snaps out here. Hell yeah. Let's see. We got 2 more callers. The young GOAT. Would Bryce Love fit the Ravens? Nope. He going to the Bears. That's it. He going to the Bears. Let's bring in Nick then me and Nick will bring in Bob. Yo, Nick, do me a favor. Ask me, do I think Bryce Love would fit with the Denver Broncos?
Bryce Love fit with the Denver Broncos, Watch.
Hell nah. The Bears. That's it. Because Steven Benz put $110 in my super chat. Hell nah, you don't fit. Hell nah, you don't fit the Broncos. What's good, young Nick Gasher?
Not much. How you doing, Watch?
Doski Woski, sir. The Peaski's implied and it's free at this point. For those of you listening in, this is my young phenom Nick Gashel. He's 15 years old and he's getting girls now. He's breaking their little hearts or whatever. But he's very draft adequate, and I have him on my show, and I trust him to have all these conversations. What's good, young Nick?
Not much. I'm just trying to keep up with the combine measurements today in the light of school and all that stuff.
Listen, man. Drop out of school and be a YouTuber, man. Come on, man. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? Come on. What's high school really doing for you right now? You know, drop out of school and be a YouTuber, man.
That's facts. I'm kind of done with it.
Hey, look. I'm being funny. Don't drop out of high school, fam. But if you start YouTubing now, you'll have a 4-year head start by the time you turn 18, and you might not have to go to college. That's real talk, though. Anyway, we talking about combine. Go ahead and say what the hell you was gonna say. My bad.
We talking about combine. Number one point that I'd like to make is Kyler Murray's hands are 9.5 inches. That's not terrible for what we were projecting him as.
Sure.
And all 170 pounds of him is being listed at 205, so that's kind of surprising.
This is my thing.
You got anything to say about?
I wonder how many jugs of water they made Kyler Murray drink to get to 205.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Then this is my follow-up question, because it's okay if they did that. But are they going to make him drink that same number of jugs of water before every game? That's what I need to know. Because he's not going to be 205 after every game. We know that for damn sure.
No.
But go ahead, though.
Number two, Cody Ford put up 19 reps on the bench press, which everybody's freaking out about because, oh, no, he's going to fall because he's not strong. Man, fuck that.
Let him fall.
I know as a...
Let him fall. There's a home for him. There's a home for him in Dallas. Cody Ford is weak. Cody Ford only benched 19 times. That's nothing. 19 times. Let Cody Ford fall to 58 in Dallas on the clock. Please.
Man, but what I'm saying is, as somebody who goes in and lifts every day for my football program, I know that you can have off days when you're bench pressing. You can be sore. You can be a little bruised up, banged up. You never know. You might just not be into it.
He got long arms. You see how long that dude's arms is, man?
Exactly.
Oh, man.
And his tape shows that he's incredibly strong. So I don't know why we're making a huge fuss about 19 reps. As Voch says, let him fall because go to the Cowboys and dominate there next to a Tyron Smith and Connor Williams.
He better not.
Man, I just don't think he should be falling. So that's my personal take on that.
And I don't think he will. Like, we up here talking about this bench press number that really doesn't matter. But his big ass gonna get out there in them field drills. He gonna be looking magnificent out there. His big ass gonna be in them field drills looking majestic, and they gonna forget all that mess they was talking about.
Yeah, that's honestly about it for me. I'm just looking through these combine measurements. And N'Keal Harry is 6'2" instead of 6'4". That was a little bit of a surprise for me.
I thought N'Keal Harry, I thought he was taller than that, but
I did too. He plays like he's taller than that. That's for damn sure.
Which is interesting. Hakeem though, Hakeem big as a bitch. Hakeem,
goddamn Mo Bamba.
They ain't missing no measurements with his ass, dog. Goddamn, Hakeem. I just want to see him next to 6'5", 6'6"? How tall was he?
He's 6'5", 6'6".
That's crazy.
7-foot wingspan.
That's crazy. Go be a fighter, dude. Quit trying to catch passes. Go be a fighter. Come on, go. Go, man. Dude. Go fight John Jones or something, dog. No, come on, don't try to catch football out here, man. But go ahead,
man. So yeah, it's honestly about it in terms of these day one looks at these guys.
Have you been watching film on any receivers?
I watched film on the receivers a while ago, to be honest.
Well, tell me,
DK's obviously.
tell me about
Go
some of
ahead.
your receivers, man, because I'm in this deep list. You know, like I'm past the bigger names, right? Like I'm down into the Dylan Mitchells. I'm into the Jacoby Myers, the Penny Harts, and Isabella, whatever.
I'm gonna be real with you, Voch. I haven't gone there yet. I'll probably get there after the combine.
Have you watched
But in
JJ
terms of-
Arcega-Whiteside though?
Hell yeah, I've watched it.
Boy, I love that
kid is
dude.
Great.
Boy, I love that guy.
Kid. I don't know. They're giving him 4th round grades. I see him as maybe early second. I would pick him in the early second. I mean, that dude just mosses everybody he comes across.
He'll
Crazy.
probably get picked late because of like measurables and stuff. But as far as being a nuanced route runner, hands guy, ball tracky guy, can run guy, 40 time will really give us a good indication about where he's running. But he can run on film. He can play big and small ball, inside and outside. I love me some JJ Arcega-Whiteside. He looked like Julian Edelman, man. He looks just like Julian Edelman, but he's not a white guy.
He's I think he's my wide receiver 5 behind Metcalf, Brown, Harry, and I want to say Marquise Brown, but I'm not sure.
That's interesting.
My first Brown is being AJ Brown, by the way.
Got you. Clearly. Well, shit, I don't know, cause and Marquise Hollywood Brown, like his size is another. That's another talking point, right?
166 pounds. God damn, I'm heavier than him.
Why didn't they give that man no water so he could be big like Kyler, man? Why they didn't give him Bugs Bunny secret stuff? 165 for real?
Yeah, I saw 166 today.
I think
official 5'9" and like 3'8" or something like that.
So what's it? Look, man, Kyler Murray just came back here taller than you, bro. Like I don't care. Kyler Murray can't be just taller than anybody. Listen,
No.
so what's the difference between Hollywood Brown and like John Ross? What do you think?
You hit the nail right on the head there. There's no difference.
What do you think, man?
There's no difference. They're both burners with great speed. They're going. I mean, if Marquise was running the combine, he'd probably run pretty quick, tear his hamstring too, get picked in the top 10, and 2 years later he'd be on the trade block.
Man, don't say that, man. Come on, Nick. Don't say it like. Come on, man. Don't say it like that, man.
Man, I'm just being real with you, Voch. That's what happened to John Ross. I think that could, if Marquise ran or if Marquise was participating in the combine this weekend, that'd be probably what happened.
I think the Bengal. I think every now and then, and it's a weird way to say it, but whatever. I think teams kind of die for our sins sometimes in this way. I think the Cincinnati Bengals had to draft a guy like John Ross that high, just for us to have more restraint about Hollywood Browns in 2019. That makes sense. That makes sense. Like,
I mean, and don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Hollywood's a great player. I like Hollywood, but I don't know. That size is really a big concern for me.
He can run routes. He can run and he can catch though.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you that.
But is he going to be as big? Is he going to be as big as those nickel cornerbacks? Is he going to be able to muzzle his way off those nickel cornerbacks? That's my big question.
I don't know, man, because nickel corners getting bigger. Oh, they getting bigger. Let me tell you something. Watch this, because every now and then football evolves, right? And what we're seeing now is we're seeing football evolve into we're seeing a lot more big slot receivers now. You know what I'm saying? Like big, thick slot receivers, to where slot receivers used to be for like short, quick guys, right? But now we see guys like A.J. Brown and Lil Jordan Humphrey. They call him L.J. Humphrey on it. No, call him Lil Jordan.
I like Lil Jordan.
I like Lil Jordan too. A.J. Brown, Lil Jordan. Just guys that have found their way in the slot. I think slot receivers are getting bigger. And what we're going to see is these slot receivers pick on these nickel corners. After a while, nickel corners are going to grow. So small slot receivers are going to go extinct. You see what I'm saying? Like every now and then football evolves, and I just want to make everybody aware that this is something that's happening. That's in your face right now. We see it happening. So I think that's interesting though. What else you got?
Now, Voch, tell me a little bit about A.J. Brown. What is your biggest weakness on him?
Boy, the AJ Brown conversation is pretty loaded because I think once again we're creating this position for him. Not necessarily. We're not creating the slot position. But when you look at AJ Brown, he's a bigger slot receiver, 6'1" or whatever, 220 something, whatever. Not the most explosive player, not the most vertical player.
Okay.
And I'm up and down about how I feel about his position flex, right? I know he's a slot guy. Can he play outside? So we gotta maybe he can. But we gotta cross that road whenever we, projecting and evaluating. Can he play outside? I think if he can, that brings him more value to other teams. So what we're looking at is I see a lot of slants, hitches, outs from A.J. Brown. And I don't see a lot of explosion. So if we're going to put A.J. Brown in the slot position and keep him there, we have to compare him to other slot players. So put A.J. Brown versus Penny Hart. Penny run faster than A.J. Brown. Penny can play kick return, punt return. I think that's very important. I don't think A.J. can play kick return, punt return, right? But what you got to look at is you got to look at what makes A.J. great. And he is a nuanced route runner. He's a hands guy. He's a yak guy. But boy, if you can find a slot receiver in the 5th round that got good hands and he's yak guy, but he happens to be fast and he happens to be nasty vertical and he can play kick return and punt return, but the only reason he's a 4th, 5th round guy because he's small, that's a conversation you got to have with yourself. And A.J. Brown really confuses the hell out of me when I'm watching him, comparing him to other people. You know what I'm saying? Because I like A.J. Brown. But if I look at other slot receivers, I'm like, man, but Penny Hart can play kick return and he's fast. You know what I'm saying? I keep doing that shit with him. So we'll see what happens.
I think I agree with what you're saying. He's on taller side of slot receivers. I think I'd wanted to see him do more outside routes too. He can do as an outside receiver, as a vertical guy. I don't know if he is not a vertical guy yet because I've yet to see that on tape, and until I see whether he is or not, he's skilled, whether his good deep speed is good or not, I'm going to leave the jury out on that one. We'll probably see that at the combine because they'll probably have him run goes and stuff.
I might have seen him run down the seam twice, maybe. Yeah. But for the most part, he's a volume catcher. Like when you watch, like if you look at the game logs or whatever, AJ Brown will have like 8 catches, but DK Metcalf will have like 4. You know what I'm saying? Because DK probably got more vertical on those 4. And Ole Miss quarterback was trash this year. But if you look at AJ Brown, he'll catch a lot of these volume passes. He'll catch a hitch and be yak guy. He'll catch a slant and be yak guy. He'll catch a bubble and be yak guy. That's his thing. He does a lot of that, you know? So I think if you're gonna, and let me tie this in, if you're gonna draft a guy like Daniel Jones, hell, AJ will be a great partner for that, you know? So we'll see.
Yep. Last time when I was on one of your live streams, we touched on the Drew Lock, Daniel Jones conversation. I'm ready to say Drew Lock is QB1 in this draft class. And I know it's a big change, but I'm ready to say it.
You saying Drew Lock is QB1?
Drew Lock is QB1 until proven otherwise.
I mean, we can all, take a little time out of our days to hear you explain this shit. I mean, okay, tell me why Drew Lock is better than Dwayne Haskins and 5'10" and 1/8 Kyler Murray.
Number one is we're just going to get the obvious out of the way here, size. Obviously, Drew Lock is a tower over Kyler Murray, and Drew Lock is a little bit leaner and a little bit, his build is better than Dwayne Haskins. Don't call me crazy, but Dwayne Haskins is kind of fat.
You crazy. Crazy as hell. Yeah. You're right. He is. Yeah.
He's a little fat. He's a little
chubby. I got you.
You look like Pillsbury Doughboy in my weight room.
Don't say it. Do you stop it? Go ahead, man.
Okay. Anywho, size. I like Drew Lock's size better than the other two. 2, accuracy. Obviously, Drew Lock's short accuracy has to be worked on, but his intermediate and deep accuracy, I actually like. His release is nice, a lot better than Haskins. There's a problem with Haskins' release. It's kind of weird. I can't tell you. I can't tell you exactly how he does it without turning on the tape right now and going through it.
I know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
We may or not. But anywho, Drew Lock's release is better. I think his deep accuracy is better. My biggest thing with Drew Lock, and I said it last time, and you can go back to Voch's last stream for the people in the chat box and watch it, is that I said if you put Drew Lock on the Alabama Crimson Tide, they're national champions pretty easily.
Sure.
He makes a lot of deep throws, a lot of intermediate throws. There are going to be catches on the next level, but his offense is so trash that they're not going. They just flat out drop it, slips out of their hand, different types of stuff like that.
Are you saying Drew Lock with Alabama's offense could have beat Clemson's defense? The steroid-taking Clemson. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying, Voch.
God damn.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you saying Tagovailoa's a bitch? What are you saying?
No, I'm not saying.
What are you saying? What do you got? What are you saying? What are you saying? I can't sit here.
I'm not saying Tagovailoa is a bitch. I'm saying that he needs to figure out. I don't know. He needs to figure out how to do a little bit better. It seems like when he throws, he's just, from the limited tape I've seen on him, he's just hugging the ball out here. And this is obviously me not making a proper evaluation. That's in May. That's in June after all this stuff wraps up. But for now, I'm not knocking Tagovailoa. I just think Drew Lock, with his somewhat pro style experience in Mizzou, if you put him on that, let's say he transfers to Alabama his senior year, gets immediate eligibility, somehow starts over Tua, I think Drew Lock could have won that national championship. Because he knows how to make he knows how to make those good throws deep. The picks to Trayvon Mullen aren't going to be picks because they're going to be perfect to Jerry Jeudy or whoever the other, Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle. They're going to be perfect down there. He's going to be able to manage his offense well. I think he's a great leader. And personally, as a Denver Broncos fan, I really hope we draft him at 10. He's not worth a top 10 pick, but because the way this draft is going to shape up with the Washington Redskins and Miami Dolphins and Cincinnati, blah, 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 all those quarterback needy teams and the teams are going to try and trade up. I think if they don't, we need to take Drew Lock at 10 because we're not going to find him again in the second round. Or even in the 20s if we happen to trade up.
God damn, Carl Lewis, my man. All right, Nick. You can't be calling Tagovailoa soft out here. And we'll have that conversation next year.
We'll cross that road when we get there.
But I'm about to play some clock game or whatever because I got a Dallas Cowboy live stream I got to make. So everybody on the phone will get answered. We just gonna run through. We just gonna run you a little quicker than normal. What's a good time here? Nick, what you thinking for the clock game? What's a good time you thinking?
Man, we'll pull out 50 seconds.
50 seconds? I think that's adequate time to play clock game. All right, we're going to play clock game, 50 seconds. Let me turn my volume up. All right, so how clock game works. I will do my intro. I will introduce you. I will say what's happening, what you got for the show. And your clock will then start. So let's get into it. Bob, what's happening, man?
Gotta be you, man. I've been listening to you.
Doski Woski, my good friend. What you got for the show?
Mercule Hardman.
Miko Hardman from Georgia, yes.
Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my man.
He's probably going to run the fastest 40 out there. Probably.
I don't care. Hell, he's a returner. He's a corner. He's a wide receiver. He's punt returner, kickoff returner. Yeah. Hell, he and he's only 5'10".
Yeah, he's a little bitty. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he can have Murray throw to him.
That's funny. What else you got, Bob? Quickly, what else you got?
Okay, we got one other guy. And the thing is on this draft, like these draft texts and stuff. I go, and that's how I find these guys, because I'm looking for, like good guys at the bottom of the draft. And the other guy is Anthony Ratliff Williams.
I don't even know who that
Carolina.
is. I don't even know who that is. What position he play?
Wide receiver. That's what we're talking about here.
Man, I haven't. You say what's his name?
Anthony Ratliff Williams. He's been going up the board.
God damn.
And he's 6'1", 205 pounds.
Anthony Ratliff Smith. I'll write him down.
No.
Huh?
Ratliff Williams.
Oh, Anthony Ratliff Williams.
I wish you guys would stop hyphenating all your names, man.
You guys.
Anthony the Rat.
Okay. Anthony Ratliff Williams. All
Yeah.
right.
Now you can do me a favor and tell me where I can find the combine results. You're gonna put some up.
I follow Dane Brugler on Twitter, and he was kind of just doing the update thing or whatnot. So they did measurements today. So if you go to him on Twitter,
okay.
yeah, he'll be putting up all the measurements and stuff. They run 40s and do field drills on Saturday.
Yeah. You think you could beat who's that guy, Rich Eisen? You think you could beat him in a 40?
10,000%, Mr. Wolf. 10,000%. I still got a little bit in me. I'm not fast, but I can beat Rich Eisen. Rich Eisen run like a 6'7" or something.
I know.
I can smoke a 6'7".
Oh yeah, and one other thing. Now, who was that guy last year? Was it Oliver that bench pressed like 14 or 12 or something like that?
Who the hell bench press?
What was his name?
Sound familiar.
Big guy.
Isaiah.
No, Oklahoma kid, the fat boy.
Yeah.
That ran slow. Brown.
Oh, Brown.
Okay.
Orlando Brown, yeah.
Somebody picked him up in the draft.
The Ravens did, yeah.
The Ravens did. He didn't allow a sack the whole season.
Pardon?
He didn't allow a sack the whole season.
No kidding. Where they put him at right tackle?
Right tackle, yeah.
Yeah, well, shit, that's good. They played some teams. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys, and I'll be back. I'll be back again. I know you're in a hurry.
All right, Doski Woski, salute, thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
Oh, Nick, I couldn't hang up on him. Oh, Nick, I could, and that's my problem with the clock game. I be shooting y'all bail, man. I be letting y'all talk, but goddamn, Nick, I tried, man. But I love talking football, man. That's my big problem. I love talking ball, man. You had something you wanted to say in 2 seconds, Nick?
No, I'm good.
All right, cool. Let's get back into it. Resetting the clock. 936. What's happening? Who this?
This is Jaron, man. I talked to you about a year ago for the first time. It's my second time calling in.
What's up, Jaron? What you got for the show?
All right, so I don't know if you remember this conversation last time we talked, man. I'm getting on the voice subject a little early. By the way, Witten's back. Hell yeah. I'm excited about that. But, yeah, man. Anyway, so last year when I talked to you about this around the same time, I was mentioning to you about the Dan Bailey situation. I was asking you, like, hey, after the San Francisco situation, he came back, was looking shaky. What do you think? How you feel about it, in the future? And then I also brought up that Madden theory about Jeff Deep on the kickoff.
Right.
I don't know if you remember all that. Anyway, so obviously we've seen the transition. Bailey's gone now. We got Ma hurt. We saw it was a little shaky, and we had our moments. We saw those 60-plus yarders, so it gives us hope. But let's face it, we're always walking on eggshells when he's at that, up there to kick. What do you think the odds are of us trying to maybe reach out for a kicker at some point in this draft? And do you think there's anybody out there that could potentially take the spot?
Great question, man. Salute to you right on time. I don't think we draft a kicker because I'd be pissed off, but we can find a guy. We can free agent a guy. We can go to the Walgreens and find some guy in the parking lot kicking and, see if they want a job. But I ain't trying to put draft capital on a kicker because, I can be putting draft capital elsewhere, like backup running back or some depth at my D-line. It's a lot of guys I like in this draft, and I'd be pissed off if we spent a pick on a kicker. Thanks for calling, Jaron. We still playing clock game. We gonna get y'all in here and get y'all out of here. We gonna reset it. And let's go. Jeff, what's good, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
Doski Woski, you got 50 seconds. What you got for the show?
Oh shit. I ain't really been paying attention too much to the prospects, man. But you think homeboy from Miami is a good look? Pick up the D lineman. I forgot his name.
Gerald Willis. Sure. Like if he's there at 58, cool. It just depends, man, because I think a lot of these D linemen are gonna push each other down the board. So if you know. So if you if you drafting at 20 something, you could go, okay, I could get this 3 tech at 20 something, but let me wait because there's so many more 3 techs I can get, and I think that's gonna bump a lot of guys down the board. So hell, Gerald Willis may be down the early third, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I've been keeping up with him, but that's about it. And you think they need to give Gregory the axe, man, and keep Irvin?
I need some more details, man. Because the wording was interesting. They ain't just flat out say Randy Gregory got caught smoking again and we gonna suspend him. They said he violated the rules of his convention of his agreement. Boom boom boom. And that could mean that could mean we knocked on your door at 3:00 to take a pee sample from you. But you wasn't when you say you was, you know what I'm saying? So
I never thought about that. Yeah,
right. So it's tricky. And tune in to the Dallas Cowboys roundtable we're gonna have after this. But if he does get suspended, I don't think it's gonna be like a season long, get him up out of here thing. That's just me. I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah, they kind of doing him like they're doing Johnny Manziel. They still ain't said what he done did wrong, but
Manziel fucked up. Well, go ahead. My bad. I'm listening.
What you say, Manziel? What?
I said Manziel fucked up all around, man. That's all that is, man.
Yeah, he got that bipolar, whatever else they claim he battling. But
it's called a crazy girlfriend, is what it's called. But go ahead.
Oh, and I need that salute, man, in the 4XLT if you got it, tall size.
Salute in a 4XLT. Absolutely, man. I got to get into my big and tall sizes, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for supporting. I'll probably have that out by tomorrow, so look out for it.
All right, man. I will. Doski.
Yes, sir. Salute. Peace. We got Miss Jackie in the chat box. How you doing? Miss Jackie? We're gonna have a Dallas Cowboy roundtable after this in about 20 to 30 some odd minutes. I'm gonna try to get me, Law Nation, Foster King, Okoye up in here so we can talk some ball. Coach Evans up here, knowing I ain't playing clock game the best I could play it, Coach. So don't talk about me. I keep saying 50 seconds, but boy, they keep asking good questions. What you got, Coach?
No, I just wanted to come on and still list shine since you about to go off and do your Cowboys thing. Send the rest of your draft heads over to my channel to watch that first 99 for the wide receiver stuff.
There you go. Coach Evans. I think his channel name is Ivan Evans till I make him change it. It's going to be Sip to Tally, but he's in the chat box or whatnot. So you can click on his name, picture, and go to his channel, check out the top 99, and you can continue having this wide receiver conversation. Salute.
Appreciate it. And I'm going to change that right now. When you get off, hit me up. And walk me through if I can't figure it out, and I change it tonight. Okay,
cool. We'll do that, man. We just can't have people searching Ivan Evans. You know what I mean? We can't be having them searching.
I know. I need some incognito names.
Come on, man. Mark Twain or something. You know what I mean? Get your incognito name up. That's all you got. Did you have something about the receivers or whatever?
Well, obviously, I want them to go watch my little thing, and because I don't want to give away my guys, but. Because some of the guys that you mentioned today, I love Dortch. Mm-hmm. I watched, for some reason, I was watching him against Florida State, and he torched those guys. Mm-hmm. I loved him against Florida State. I love Penny Hart. We talked about that during the combine. I love the way he was able to get open, and he's one of your nuanced route runner guys. And just some of those other, the wide receiver thing is deep. It's really, and running back is fairly deep too. Because I think at running back you got Josh Jacobs and the rest of them guys, and wide receiver you got Bo Brown, you got
Butler,
DK,
Harry, yeah,
well, yeah, all those guys, and it's a ton of average guys.
sure,
Like your guy JJ. I watched JJ. I like him,
yeah,
but he just didn't make that top 9.
sure.
He might have been like 11 or 12.
It happens. It happens, man. It happens, but check out Coach Evans' channel because he also dropped a film on Hakeem Butler. He called him Baby Moss, a slower Randy Moss, which is a fantastic compliment because he like to jump over people. Go over there, check that film session out. Check out his top 9 and 9 so he can justify why he thinks these players are right. Look, man, he was one of the first foundations to teach me ball. You know what I mean? So if y'all like what I'm talking about, go to his channel and you'll absolutely like what he's talking about. Coach Evans, man, I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. And we got one more call, man. I promise I'm gonna hold this call to the damn 52nd time. I promise you. We gonna load this. We gonna load this clock up right now. See what we talking about. Let's do this. 304. What's happening? Who this?
Yeah, this is Zach from West Virginia.
Damn, turn your house down. What you say? What?
Zach from West Virginia.
Okay, what's up, man? What you got for the show?
I'm a Bengals fan, so I want to clarify one thing. John Ross really isn't on the trade block.
Okay.
It was essentially just some reporter just thought that because of Zach Taylor coming in and it's a new organization, they thought he would be worth. Someone thought he would be an easy trade, but apparently they like him a lot.
Okay.
And for a receiver that I think is going to be sneaky, granted this is a little biased in my thing from being from West Virginia, Gary Jennings from West Virginia.
I like Gary Jennings. Sure. He cool.
I think like his Oklahoma game this previous season was incredible, and then around Senior Bowl found out that apparently he had a bum ankle while he was playing that game. Just makes it even look better.
But I like the other guy, man. I like Sills. I like Sills a little more, man. I mean, both of them cool.
I like Sills a lot too. Just the thing is the transitioning from quarterback to wide receiver, but he's done it well. So I'll give him that.
Works for me. What else you got?
And then
man, I gotta hang up on you. That's it, bro. My bad. That's clock. That's clock.
Damn. Ross really did it.
Yo, Nick, I set him up because I saw the time going down. I actually paused the time. Nick, I paused the time on 1 second, right? And I was like, yeah, man, what else you got? You got something else? And right when he thought it was slick, right when he thought he had time, boy, hit your ass with that goddamn boy. Thanks for the call, though, man. I appreciate you calling, man. I really appreciate you calling, man. So yes, I have a Dallas Cowboys round table to get ready for. About 10 or so minutes. He in the comment section. My bad, Zach. It's all good. Zach from Virginia. I got a Dallas Cowboys round table I got to do soon. So if you're a Cowboys fan, come back in like 10 minutes. We'll set this thing up and run it again. Nick Gashler, you need to get your website back on. You need to get your YouTube back on because in 3 years you will be better than what you are today. And by the time you get out of high school, you could be making your own money. You can have your own bread. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying, wash dishes, scrub. I wish I was YouTubing like for real when I was, working at the Winn Dixie, you know what I'm saying? When I was working at the damn Pizza Hut back in the Gap, you know what I'm saying? Like I would love to have had some YouTube revenue in my life. So big homie to Nick Gashler, get your YouTube back going. I'm gonna promote it with you. We're gonna grow your thing together, and you need to be top tier by the time this thing gets you till 19 or whatever. All right.
Yes, sir.
So if you got a Twitter or something, go ahead and plug that or whatever and do what you got to do before I hang up on you.
Man, what y'all can do is y'all can go on Lombardi's Draft Talk. You keep your eyes open for whatever I'm posting out. I can usually share my links to all my documents. And then I post what I do there. Just dropped my position rankings last night, I think. Prospect rankings I'm working on. Put in all of my prospect grades into one big old document so I can determine a big board and then kind of make my big board right there. So that should be out maybe by Sunday. If the combine doesn't take too much time, but we'll cross that road when we get there. Voch, that's about it for now. So thanks for letting me call in.
Yeah.
Make sure all these people in the chat box hit up Lombardi's Draft Talk. hit the like button here, hit the subscribe button here. Goddamn, what was his name? Steve, who was dropping $110 in the
Steven Benzik, the GOAT. Yes, sir.
Man, all right.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah, y'all don't have to put in 110, but at least donate a little bit if you got it.
Yeah,
man.
we ain't even got
it.
We ain't got to hit them with all. Yeah, but ooh, man, I appreciate everything that y'all do, man. I appreciate Steven Benzik, absolutely the monetary thing. It's top tier stuff, man. It's top tier stuff, and I really do appreciate it. Nick, I thank you for coming through. Get back right. I told you, I said it. So I'm hanging up on you. Peace.
Peace.
And as for the rest of y'all, man, like this video, subscribe if you're relatively new here, but you want to know when we get into these draft conversations. Notification bell, man. It will set you free. I will, so I do draft talk and I do Cowboy stuff, but you can always tell what I'm doing because the first tag will kind of indicate it. So this says draft talk, combine day 1. I've studied receivers, right? So that means I'm talking draft. When I hang up and bring it back in, I'll be like Dallas Cowboys roundtable. If you're not a Cowboys fan, whatever. don't say I ain't tell you. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna be doing a lot more draft talk. So y'all stay tuned for that. Hey man, and also me and Lieutenant Dan, he's talked me down to it. I'm gonna fly out to Orlando and cover the draft with him. Because I ain't, going to Nashville. We're going to Vegas in 2020, but I'm going to Orlando to cover the draft with Lieutenant Dan. I always said I didn't want to work for the draft. I didn't want to just be doing content, doing live reactions for the draft, but Dan talked me into it. So y'all got to come out for the, just come out for the show, man. Just listen, just tune in, make it worth it. I need viewers. I need all that. Because if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right, man. Y'all hold down for the Doski Woski, man. Pisky Whiskey is free. Salute.